Investigators still talk about an abandoned cabin hidden deep in the woods where a missing person was found. Even after the case was solved, officers reported knocking sounds coming from inside the cabin when it was completely empty. Some heard footsteps above them, despite the building having no upper floor. One investigator quit the case entirely after reviewing audio from the scene. In the background, over static, he heard a voice whisper his name, a voice that belonged to no one present. Another chilling case centered on a motel room that kept calling 911. The first call consisted only of heavy breathing and tapping sounds. When officers arrived, the room was locked from the inside. After forcing it open, they found the victim alone. Yet for weeks afterward, that same room kept dialing emergency services, even though the phone line had been disconnected. Officers who entered the room described the distinct sensation that someone was standing directly behind them, breathing down their neck. In a quiet neighborhood, a house became infamous among investigators for what they called the shadow in the hallway. Everyone who walked down the corridor reported seeing a dark, human-shaped silhouette just at the edge of their vision. Anytime they turned to check, nothing was there. Yet they all described the same shape, the same height, the same feeling of being watched. The family who later moved in didn't stay long, claiming they heard footsteps pacing the hallway every night. One desert highway case still unsettles officers to this day. A patrol car was found parked on the shoulder, engine running, lights flashing, but the officer was nowhere in sight. As investigators processed the scene, several claimed they heard a woman crying out in the empty desert, even though no one else was within miles. One officer reported hearing the missing patrol officer's voice crackle through the radio, whispering, "Do you see her?" The officer was never found. Then, there's the basement of an old hospital where a series of assaults took place. Investigators described freezing cold spots that drifted across the room, as if something invisible was walking past them. Others heard the unmistakable sound of gurney wheels echoing down the hall, even though every piece of equipment had been removed years earlier. One officer insisted a hand grabbed his shoulder, and security footage showed him jerk violently, with absolutely no one behind him. These stories aren't just about crime. They're about the strange, unexplainable energy that sometimes refuses to leave a place. Whether you believe in the paranormal or not, the investigators who walked these hallways and rooms were convinced something else was there, something that didn't want to be disturbed. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which haunted case you want me to cover next. Stay safe, and thanks for watching.